north now.
Why does he not die? Oi! Years.
Oh, that's amazing.
No, the funniest thing was I've ever seen in 40k was Towdernids. Consuming the universe for the greater good.
Towdernids.
So yeah, Fee, that like storyboard sketch. What do you think of it?
Which, the one you sent me, Druidic?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of with Moon, except for I would prefer a high quality, something that I could actually make into a print as well as a T-shirt. Though Moon just wants the stick figure on a shirt.
I mean, I'd be fine with the actual thing.
It also is that like appropriate to post an image spam?
Go ahead. Kitsuga yells at you. They'll tell them to yell at me because I said it was okay.
I will post it in image spam in a minute. I've come up with, I guess, the first official Fiaura the Tank Girl T-shirt design. At least a storyboard of it.
You're a terrible, awful human being. I like it.
Me?
Yes, you.
What do you mean?
So, are we missing anybody, or is everybody here?
Seem to be all here.
Okay.
Can I just say, somebody's made a looted penitent engine.
I could see it.
With what looks like a grot at the controls.
I'm with it.
Wait a minute. Are you watching the 40K? Oh, never mind. That's mine.
Anyway, I'm still at Moonhoof's house. God, I did not realize what he handed me last night until long after I'd already ingested it.
Go on.
He didn't hand me a pinch of what I would normally have on my prescription. He handed me pure keef from the bottom of the grinder.
Fee, don't you know never to take medication from anybody but yourself, especially when they have long beards and long hair?
Hey,
you know what? I'm not complaining one bit because the high just the buzz from the high just stopped about 10 minutes ago.
I'm offended by that don't trust people with long beards and hair.
Yeah, I mean, other people who have long beards and hair might resemble that remark, like Hetty or Druidic or.
I don't have long hair.
Picture it didn't happen. You've never shown anyone.
Let's just remember that the Fee is high off her ass right now.
I'm still high, just the physical buzz is gone. I only have the mental high at this point.
Yeah, a friend of mine heard that me and another friend were like co-conspiring to build a aquaponics garden, and they're like, "So, how many cuttings are you gonna need?" It's like, is getting pot to grow really that easy?
Yes, it is. Pot will grow virtually anywhere.
It's not called a weed for any other reason. It is a weed.
Itomi, are you here?
Yep.
Okay. Are we missing anybody, or should I flip the camera and we start?
No, should be good to go.
Okay. So everybody give Hitomi a hug for putting up with my bullshit.
Hug Hitomi.
And
Right, pictures or it doesn't happen. Look in selfies.
Praise Hitomi for the suffering they endure from Supreme Leader Fee.
Hetty, you're not in Australia.
I know. I don't know why it took the picture upside down.
I just want to point out. That we finally got Hetty to give us out a selfie.
I've posted selfies on here before.
I've seen Hetty before.
You look kind of Total Biscuit-ish.
He does.
Although I could have sworn you had long hair the last picture I saw of you.
No.
I mean, all Hetty has to do is get really, really self-important bitchy. Oh wait.
And he would be a perfect Total Biscuit, yeah.
Really, Hetty?
Hey, look, I've already got the no skill in computer games nailed down, so yeah, why not?
Just someone get the Hetty go out and buy a fucking top hat and you'll be Total Biscuit.
Need a monocle as well.
It's not as important as the top hat.
True.
It's a shame Miss Priss isn't around.
That's true. We miss Miss Priss, but I know what's going on with Miss Priss. She's having to work a lot more than she's used to.
Well, I just sampled a. I was pre-testing the cinnamon apple cider before I bottle it because I have to back sweeten that one.
Wow, is the camera out of focus? Oh god, the camera is way out of focus.
No, it's just you.
Okay, I know what's wrong with the camera. Hold on a second, guys. See, what I've done here is I've cut off the edges, but I'm not in the center of its focus, so it's focusing on a point behind. There we go. I don't look like a fat cow now. White.
What's the stream that's about to start?
Ruby.
Start id technically.
Why in the world is the starting image fucking...
Pinkie Pie and Deadpool.
Yeah, I was going to say the pink horse because I couldn't remember its name.
Well, the reason that is the thing is because I'm at Moonhoof's house, and I am convinced that Moonhoof is either Pinkie Pie or Deadpool, or both, although I still refer to him affectionately as Rainbow Horse.
So he's Pinkie Pooh.
I'm going to get to play Deadpool against humanity this
Plug
weekend.
that in somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Should be a...
micro?
Yeah, it should be the same one you're using.
No, it's not. I have USB-C.
Yeah. Well, let me find...
No, that's fine. There's a... Oh, you're on no battery.
Well, yeah, it's been running for like 5 days straight with no battery. So, hi everyone. Welcome to the RWBY RPG. How's everybody doing?
Doing all right.
Doing okay?
So I'm not all here. At least I'm not. At least nothing hurts right now. But I am not all here. You do have a beard. You do have a very, very large beard, though, Hetty.
Wait, Hetty has a beard?
He's very beardy.
I have beard, yes, but it's not a big beard.
Yeah, that's average.
No, you don't understand. Hetty is starting the process of growing the Santa beard, which will turn into the Gandalf beard, which will eventually become the Confucius God beard.
It's okay. He's British. He's allowed to have a beard.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
I'm allowed to be lazy and not shave for weeks on end.
I should install
Oh
Discord.
my god, hi Prop Master. We're oh god, I didn't fix Twitch. Oh god.
I
Oh,
dig it, Hetty. I dig
oh
it.
god, I forgot to fix Hi Prop Master, I'm high. I forgot to fix Twitch. Hold on. So this is actually Roll20 virtual tabletop
Oh dear.
RWBY RPG. Fiaura
Tabletop
High
Simulator.
Edition.
I was wondering if we were writing today or not. But
Oh no, we did that last
this is
night.
Definitely not. I was gonna say this is definitely not writing day. So
that was last night.
right on.
Oh god, I was so Moon asked if I needed something for pain. I said yes, and he gave me the the keef off the bottom of the grinder.
Oh yeah, that'll
And
do it.
he see, I thought it was. I didn't look at it. I just assumed that he'd handed me a pinch and that I was going to be fine because that would have been enough to at least tie me over until I got home and got my prescription. No, no, no. I just took the cap he handed me and shot it. And it didn't make it past my tongue because my tongue went up reflexively from the taste, so all of it digested in my mouth and bypassed my liver.
Oh, fun.
By the time I got any amount of liquid into my mouth, I went, there's nothing grimy or salty in there anymore. Oh, shit. This could be a fun ride. So I apologize, Props.
Apologize. Nah.
Socially lubricated fee is well socially lubricated.
Well, I'm gonna be popping in and out here, but just wanted to see what was going on.
Well, you're still not going to be as bad as drunk Sophie.
No.
That sounds hilarious.
No. See, the mental buzz is gone, but I'm still pretty plastered. In the meantime, all tips today are shared with Hitomi because Hitomi is made of awesome. She's our GM today. We're playing RWBY RPG, guys. Am I doing the recap or did somebody else? Because I remember most of last time.
I think it was Hetty, wasn't it?
Fuck it, I volunteered.
Oh.
So last time we resumed our assault on the Mafia bar. And Cooper decided to exchange what can only be described as the offer you can't refuse, but I know you're going to refuse and we're going to fight type of deal with the head of the Mafia. You can imagine that went over swimmingly. Followed by us beginning a very, very long, detailed fight. Guy with a shotgun got to eat his own shotgun. Cooper knocked the head henchwoman into the head of the Mafia, and after he slapped her ass, there came this decision.
No, that was Nikita.
That was Nikita.
Nikita knocked her into her boss, and after he slapped her ass in an intimidation check, there was this decision that she was done and just walked out. None of us challenged her.
Telling Nikita to give her a call when it was over.
Yeah, hitting on me after I hit her.
Tonga got engaged by a cute anime girl using cat socks as boxing gloves.
Who beat his ass?
Followed by Akihima engaging her in a what can only be described as the cutest anime wrestling match you've ever seen. Including a power bomb that resulted in belly scritches.
Yep. And Akihima going flying through the ceiling and then landing.
No, that's not there. That didn't happen yet. Hold on, let me finish. Harley, in all her infinite wisdom, doesn't seem to understand. Seem to understand that snipers sit at the back. She was sitting in the middle, and took and went down. And then, in all her infinite stupidity, got back up.
Hey, she was groggy.
And so the third time's the charm. When people are trying to take bullets for you, they fail. And Harley basically was dead for a round.
A little bit less than a round, almost a full round.
Tonga pulled magical spiritual bullshit out his ass.
No, Tonga healed by the power of Daka.
Tonga healed by the magical spiritual bullshit, orc style. This resulted in Akihima switching from we're having a wrestling match and the easiest way to deal with this creature is to be cute to it, to I don't have time for you. And if any of you have ever seen an anime where literally someone punches someone as hard as they can in the jaw and all it does is move their head slightly to the side, that is exactly what happened. Whereas Cooper and Nikita proceeded to kill the Mafia Don by bisecting him with a table.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
by the way,
and then puns began with him having to go split.
The point where Akihima got punched in the jaw and not really much happened, she got accused of cheating.
Yes. Akahima ended up going through a ceiling and missing flying elbow smash because Akahima's semblance refused to activate properly. And
I was going to say, in my defense, we did give the Mafia boss like 4 or 5 times to leave, and he still refused.
You guys legitimately were not being murder hobos. They legitimately, like, every freaking round took one of their 3 actions to try to negotiate.
Hell, Cooper literally saved the guy with the shotgun. I mean, yes, probably all his bones are broken, but he's alive.
So we picked this week up. Chaco here has conveniently made a RWBY bingo. So if anybody,
I didn't make it. It was
the point
Marshall
being the one you're the one distributing it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially playing RWBY bingo now, and the grand prize, should anyone actually get a bingo, is you will receive a free piece of artwork from one of the 3 artists I have on staff. You can have it be whatever you want, just understand that only Glacier is willing to do pornographic stuff. So understand that if you want not for safe stuff, you have to get it from Glacier, not from Trees or Dre. Actually, Dre will do softcore, non-sexual stuff. I was
gonna say, I thought Dre does softcore stuff at least.
Glacier is the only one who will do something that is strictly, oh my god, why did you do this?
I thought Tree would do cute lids.
Trees will, but I told her specifically as a part of her contract between me and her, in order to make sure that I wouldn't have to pay $70 per commission, that she would never receive not from safe work from me. So that's in her contract, that I will never ask her for anything not safe for work.
Okay.
And there's also another artist that will be joining us, since Dre will be as of today, I have to break some bad news. Dre, as of today, is stepping down from actually drawing anything at the moment due to his life. He's going to be, I've also restricted him to only doing thumbnails and photoshops until he gets his real life back into a semblance of order. So technically, we only have 2 artists until I get a replacement, or Dre gets his life in order, which I have people auditioning. But if you know people who are good artists, and when I say good artists, it has to be something that they do well enough that I could put on a print and sell to you guys in the online store that opens at the end of the month. Yes, I'm working on it. So if you know somebody, let me know, because I'll give them. I'll let them try out and give them a shot.
Am I good enough, Fee?
In the meantime, Dre, I hope everything's sorted for you soon, man.
Yeah, it's not like we don't. Yeah. It's not like we don't care about him. It's more the fact that I don't want to add to his level of stress is such that it took him almost 3 months to give me 1 piece, and even he said it's not up to his usual standards because he couldn't focus on it, and I understand that. So, in good news, if you want that free piece of artwork, sitting in tabletop right now is the RWBY RPG bingo set.
I was going to say it wasn't intended for a thing. It's supposed to be drinking bingo. Every time you get one place, you take a sip, and when you get bingo, you chuck whatever you finished.
That sounds about accurate. So, everybody, we are enabling you a reason to drink. More importantly, if you actually get a bingo, all you have to do is have the time and date stamps for when each of these happened, and you will receive a free piece of artwork. So there you go.
Responsible entertainer moment. Only drink if you are legally enabled to by your local government.
And I'm going to put one forward on that. Only drink if it's medically safe for you to do so.
So I'm an enabler. I don't actually put those out. Everybody does it for me because I'm a terrible, awful human being. But in the meantime, I think that's everything. I think.
You can thank Mark Clark and that one Isaac for making this.
Last big thing. I will be at BabsCon at the end of the month on Easter weekend. 2 weeks later, I will be at Winnie City in Chicago. As a community guest and as a panelist, I will be presenting all new panels that have never been seen before. I will be doing the same thing at Crystal Fair on, I think that's May, let me get the exact date, because I know it's not quite the end of the month, but it's damn close. That is May 25th through the 27th in St. Louis. Tickets are on sale for that one. And lastly, and this is kind of the big one, May 31st through June 2nd, I will be in Las Vegas for High Roller PonyCon. They have issued the discount code Fiaura HRPC for 10% off of tickets regardless of tier you choose. So if you choose the big stupid Royal Flush package, it's 10% off, which is about $150 off of what you're going to pay for it normally. Or if you choose general admission, it's like $5. Either way, it's up to you. And they use those discount codes to reimburse me for my flight. So if you're going, or you know your friends who are going, please do give them that discount code if they don't already have one from another community guest, because that's also how they're determining which community guests to bring back next year. They're going to reimburse me up to $475 for travel expenses at maximum if, we get 30 people to use that code. Trying to think, is there anything else? It's really hard to think when you're kind of high, and yeah, 7 of those are mine.
Oh, you'll have plushies.
Oh, I have plushies and prints at BabsCon, and as of Crystal Fair, I will have pins, plushies, prints, lab coats, and patches and clothing patches. Those will all be ready for you guys starting at the end of the month. It'll be open to you guys on April 3rd to purchase via online, or if you show up to BabsCon, you'll get first dibs. I do kind of have a thing that I'm going to put in tabletop as I turn this over to Hitomi, who's going to start the game for us, for you guys. So Hitomi, take it away. I'm going to switch to push to talk.
All right. As we last ended up, Harley was being driven to the hospital. Akihima was with her, and the rest of you were splitting off in your different ways. Who's going where?
I thought we were all heading to the hospital to check
I
on
was going to head to the hospital, and I was going to offer.
Well, I know Cooper and Tonga went back to the academy because they went to report in.
Well, no, I went to report in with them because remember I got Cooper another detention by walking out when the commandant didn't even ask first thing how Harley was.
Ah, yes. You picking up anything at the barracks or checking in? Or
V, can I
just
just
straight to the
say
hospital?
quickly what you're doing on?
I'm
so you're
aware.
going through Facebook, and that is on your screen.
No, I had to go get a picture. Go ahead.
The stream can literally see everything.
It's gone now.
They can't see my password.
But yeah, I just want to make sure you're not like staying the night there. Or you're heading straight to the hospital.
No, I'm going straight to the hospital. I'll offer anybody else want to go. Actually, I don't really want to leave Cooper or Tonga by themselves, but
I'm
Yeah,
safe.
well,
I'm house trained.
should we? I just thought, Max, should we pick her up?
I can go get her if you need.
It was kind of if.
Yeah.
We'll get past if someone picks up Max.
Well, let's see. Max caretakers. One is going into surgery, and the other one is going to have to literally be tranquilized to let go of that one. So, yeah, somebody should go do that. Somebody should go pick up the 10-year-old and be a responsible adult.
I'll get him.
The shark being the responsible adult.
Cooper, why don't you go drive Tonga up there to pick her up so Tonga doesn't machine gun his way over there?
Yeah, probably best. So, I guess while Nikita's heading out, Tonga and Cooper will go pick up Max.
I'm sure
Got
that if
them, Max.
Tonga machine gunned his way over there by the power of DACA, he would fire blanks.
You still don't want to be firing 2 machine guns around a goddamn hospital.
Is that a commentary on his fertility?
I thought we were gonna talk about that.
All right. So as you're driving over, we do have the hospital. Harley's come out of surgery. She's been put in her room. She's in intensive care, hooked up to machines to help her breathe and help her heart beat because it's kind of been, crushed and destroyed by a massive oversized round.
I'm genuinely shocked at how many different images of people in a hospital you could possibly get out of anime. It's like anime has dead people or something.
How are you shocked? It's anime. Most anime, somebody ends up in hospital at some point, don't they?
And Nurse Off, it's very popular.
I was gonna say something, but now I forgot what I was gonna say.
No definition, just the amount of probably nameless moots that we get probably sent here. There's probably a wing.
There's a wing that just says nameless mooks who team chant. Oh no, team chants, and then it has an X to the C with a T replacing it. Has sent here.
Considering the last fight alone, we probably sent what, half a dozen.
Yeah, I think actually that fight in the bar is what most hospitals in the US and UK would actually declare a medical emergency over the sheer number of people.
I mean, we only put 2 people through the ceiling. 3 if you count Akihima.
I
through the ceiling, 4 underneath a table.
Thank you.
Two got thrown outside by Cooper.
No, 3, and then he made 3 jump out the window by themselves.
Yeah, well, they don't count. Harley knocked 3 out with a tornado.
There's a chandelier.
Shotgun guy.
Harley.
Suffice to say that battle alone was enough to warrant a medical emergency.
That's fair.
And that was little more than a glorified bar fight.
Thank you, Moon.
All right, so Akihima, as you're in there, I presume you're sitting by bedside or something.
Depends. How hard did they sedate me to get me to let go?
Like 3 or 4 orderlies grabbed you and they jabbed you with quite a few shots.
Only 3 or 4 orderlies? Oh my god.
Well, let's see. Endurance 6. Yeah.
You have endurance 6? Damn, you really can go all night long.
I picked endurance as my chief stat, and then I picked coming from the wilds, so my endurance went from 5 to 6. Yes, the character can literally go all night long, but since the character relies on resist instead of dodge or parry, and the character has to physically injure themselves to activate their semblance, it kind of makes sense to have enough hit points to work with. God damn it, I'm a warlock from Warcraft.
Yep.
There's a knock on the door, and 3 seconds later it opens up and Nurse steps in and looks over the 2 of you in there. She goes, "Oh, I didn't know that she had any visitors. I'll wait outside if you need a moment."
I just motioned the most hungover motion ever. Come on, you guys sedated me pretty hard.
He goes, "Oh yeah, I heard there was a troublemaker in the."
No, I just didn't wanna. Did you guys put enough in me for a bull elephant or something?
2 blue whales.
Just 3 of them.
Yeah, she bends over and looks in your eye, and she takes a little flashlight out of her pocket, and she looks through and sees if your eyes are focusing properly and making sure that you're not seriously overdosed. You should be fine. She says as she puts away her flashlight, and she looks over to Harley and says, Has she awoken yet?
Shakes head. Akihime just shakes her head side to side until someone either stops her or she falls over.
She lets out a little eep as you go and hit the ground, and she tries to help you back up and get you back in the chair.
Sorry, I think the blood loss is getting to my head.
I just noticed Lolly Doctor. It's like, really?
I'm sorry. Did you not expect the anime version of a 30-year-old? I mean, totally, 100%. She's an adult.
Well, it's a nurse as well, not a doctor. So
Whatever, Lolly Nurse, Lolly Doctor.
no, it's a fine line with anime. You're either dealing with like the lowly nurse or you're dealing with the slutty nurse. So
No,
choices are
I just
made.
want to point out that the 18-year-old looks like the MILF, and the 30-year-old looks like, you know, the 16-year-old in high school.
Yeah, I was gonna say the doctor always looks like a really hot MILF.
Yeah.
But once you're back in the chair, she checks over Harley's readings and adjusts her pain medication. Says she should be awake in about 15-30 minutes. She gives you a little smile and she says, it's good that she has a close friend like you. It's going to be really hard for her.
Uh, Nobody has informed me how much damage there actually is.
And she goes and she looks over the notes and she says, Harley Revenier, she's sustained severe damage to her heart, her right and her left lung. It's likely that she's going to be on assistance for the rest of her life.
That's pretty bad. Did anybody else just get this image of a sniper with a CPAP machine?
Really?
She nods a little and says she won't make a full recovery, but we can do what we can to make her comfortable, and she could still live for a few years yet.
A few. Oh. Akihime just goes really quiet and just stares off into space at the bed.
Are you gonna be okay?
Do what you need to do. I need a minute or 20.
She nods and turns to leave.
Anybody else? Because last I checked, my character's missing class all week.
Yeah, about this time between surgery, getting rolled up here, time elapsed. The rest of the team should start arriving.
Where do we come in?
Yeah.
Elevator, stairs, your choice. It's the third floor.
Pop out mags.
Yeah, you should have access to her journal. You do.
Did they tell us which room down below?
Yeah, I told you it was S14, end of the hall.
I look back around the corridor of the elevator and go, Tonga, walk.
Maybe we should use that Tonga care guide more often.
It would be rather useful. Be right back.
Well, knock on the door.
If it's Cooper, I'm gonna hit him.
Does Mags look at Cooper?
Yes, she does.
What did you do now?
God, Cooper explaining to a 10-year-old what he did.
Yeah, I think Chucko walked away for a second.
I know.
Uncle Cooper didn't do anything wrong. It just get to be a very ugly fight.
Wait.
I'm talking to Mags, not you.
Mags looks up at Nikita and goes, then why is Mama Akihima upset at him?
Because she's a little stressed about Auntie Harley.
Why? What happened to her?
She got a little hurt.
Oh. Did Cooper
I
blow
am
her
too
up?
high for this. Wow.
Not this time.
Actually, that was about the only thing that didn't happen.
Wow. Okay then.
Actually, didn't Cooper blow her up, dropping a grenade at the first part of the fight in front of the
No,
bar?
Cooper blew me up.
All right, that's who it was.
Not that Akihima minded, but yeah.
We just kind of motion Cooper to stay out here for a second. We'll walk Mags in.
Like you're having her lead the way as a human shield.
No,
On a shield.
I didn't move her over there. I moved her next to me.
I'm gonna assume he's around the corner.
So Mag steps inside and looks to see Harley kind of cut up, machines running into her chest and, in a hellish state. And you see her just kind of like trembling and wide eyed and just absolutely horrified.
Hang on. Because I don't know which way this would go. Nope. Akihima looks over, and all she manages to do right now is just move the covers to make sure that you can't see the machinery. Hi, Tonga.
And
Hi, Nikita. And she hugs Max, and that's about it.
And Mags just kind of like crawls up into the chair with you and like buries her face in your chest.
Akihima looking down, realizing what's going on. There's small child in chest. What do? You didn't.
How's Harley doing?
With no response from Harley, Tonga's gonna lean over, put his ear to her chest. I hear a heartbeat, I think. I want to think it's a heartbeat.
No.
Well, be a pretty artificial sound you'd hear over that.
No, she's alive by the fact that she's currently hooked up to a machine, and I apologize, but they had to. I think they put enough in me to put down a bull elephant to get me to let go. Looks at arm and sees like 5 band-aids where they poke syringes in. Yeah. That's a lot of sedation drugs.
Hopefully, we're not going to need a whole supply of this for the rest of the week.
Only after I sterilize Cooper. This wasn't supposed to be that bad.
They always have the potential to be that bad. You know that.
We weren't supposed to shoot the place up.
Your Mags from muffled against Akihima's chest saying, like, why did Cooper do that?
They didn't leave us much choice, Mags.
And you just see like her shoulders just sobbing, and Akihima just feel like the front of her shirt starting to get slimed as she starts like crying over the fact that Cooper blew up and left Harley like that.
Exact words. Akihima stares at Cooper in anime angst blame.
We're giving Akihima that dirty look stare.
So no, I have no idea when.
Cooper's not going to say anything.
So no, I don't know when she's going to wake up. And the nurse is reasonably sure that we're going to be taking care of her for a very, very long time. I'm beginning to wonder if Hetty's doing that intentionally.
I believe he is.
Long, awkward silence. So, Cooper, is it worth it?
No. Not at all. Not at all. Eddie, Harley is not face blocking.
Hello, Cooper, Harley, making noises. You guys completely ignoring her.
Yes, we are, because we all want to stare over and try to figure this out.
So the fact that friend who's been in major surgery is showing signs of waking up, and you guys are.
Well, you could just be coughing. We don't know. People cough in their sleep.
It's pretty Ruby-esque to sit there and go, Shh, Harley, we're discussing this.
It has a point.
It's like, stop dying for a moment and let us grieve you. God damn it.
Tonga's still got his head on her chest, listening to what resembles a heartbeat.
Cooper, just make sure that we account for all of those people.
Nods.
By the way, congratulations. Apparently, you're probably in charge of the mob now.
No, that's Tonga, actually. I didn't want anything to do with it.
Looks at Tonga for explanation.
What? She's comfy.
I grab
Nuzzle.
I grab Tonga and stand him up. I grab him by ear, literally, and pull him up.
Stares at Nikita. When did you become Shark Mom?
When have I not been everybody's mom?
She has a point.
Does that make her a bear mama?
Mama bear?
Mama bear?
Pretty much. But couldn't just leave that place to someone else pick up, so
Yes,
broke it.
yes,
May
we
as well
could have.
control it.
Yeah, we could have just left it. That's what I wanted to do.
Cooper, you and I both know if you left it, someone else would move in. Looks over at Harley. Are you done coughing now?
Now she's just going to cough despite you.
Don't move. I'm also having to play a character who's currently coming off of sedation, and I've come off sedation a few times. You don't actually have a whole lot of capability to respond the way you wish to.
This is anime. You're immediately conscious and everything is perfectly fine.
Depends if you're going for the dramatic, this was a serious life-changing situation or not.
It kind of was.
Where am I?
Yeah,
Atlas General Hospital for your OC knowledge.
yeah, that insert that place.
What? How did I get here?
Well, you got shot without aura the last fight.
You had an argument with a mob boss.
Fight?
Yes.
What?
Hashtag blame Cooper. Is accurate.
What happened?
You got shot with a big gun. And I mean a big gun.
And Max has stopped crying around now. She hears Harley's voice and her ears are perking up.
Stands up, picks up Mags and carries her to the side of the bed.
Kind of holding her aloft, or are you letting her down there?
Depends. Does she want me to put her down, or does she want me to keep, or is she giving small child, please don't let me go signals?
And she's doing like kind of the let me down squirm.
Okay, I set her down and make sure she can't run off.
Oh, she's not really going anywhere too far, but you do see her turn around and she screams, "Don't kill my mom!" and throws a punch at Cooper's nuts.
What?
Remember, you all told her that Cooper
I did not tell her that. I said the exact opposite.
Max?
I'm going to do the unthinkable. Akahima's gonna try to block Mags's punch for Cooper.
I wanted to see Cooper throw his defense.
I'd rather not. I want to see Max live.
mean, she's still untrained, so if you try to stop her, you'll stop her.
Block. Ow. Note to self, small child hits hard. Hun, as much as
That was
I
from
want
Mags.
to hit Cooper, it is not entirely his fault. Please, let's not actually cause more pain, okay?
She looks up
Mags?
at you and confused, and she's like, "But I thought what what?" And then you just hear
Mags?
just kind of like break down, not understanding, and just kind of curls up.
Wow, the chat is demanding the sterilization of Cooper.
Mags?
Wow.
Picks Mags up, brings her as close to Harley as possible.
You sort of sit on the edge of the bed or something.
More like holding 10-year-old, which, by the way, is difficult for someone who's 4'10", as close to you as possible without actually putting her on the bed.
Isn't Max like the same height as you?
Just about.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of blink a few times and look towards Mags and sort of, hey, sweetie, how are you? You okay, Mags?
She's sniffling, and you see like a little bit of like snot bubble that bursts out her nose, and there's tears coming down her face, and she's like, I thought you were dead."
Am I able to sort of move my arms quite freely?
You could move them like an inch.
No. What, am I tied to the bed or something?
That's just what happens when you come out of surgery. Well, extensive surgery like that.
Yeah. Try and move my nearest hand as close as I can to her. Am I able to sort of get anything like close to her, or does she see the movement?
As she sees it, and you see her like kind of recoil a bit because you're not really exactly in a presentable state, and she kind of saw you all hooked up to the machines with an open chest there, and yeah.
Mags, it's okay. It's okay. You can. She's not gonna hurt you.
I'll be okay, Mags. Just
She like very slowly starts to like reach out, and she kind of like grabs your hand a little bit and gives it a squeeze, and then you see her draw her hand back.
As she's giving my hand a squeeze, I try and give her a squeeze her hand a squeeze. Obviously, I know, again, post-surgery, post-anesthetic, everything else, it's not going to be much, but...
Yeah, it's not much, but it's there.
So, what happened? I remember the wall exploding in front of me, and did I get flung at the table?
Yeah.
Looks at Cooper, looks at Nikita. One of you had a better look than I did. I had my back to it the whole time.
The mob leader decided that he was going to take it out on you.
Yeah, me and Nikita were trying to block it, but Nikita moved and I jumped and couldn't take the shot in time, and Donga's the one who actually saw it hit you.
Nobody gets to shoot my friends but me. I took a
Warning!
particular offense
Stream
to
tip
that.
overload. All hands, prepare for exploded broken Fiaura in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Detonation imminent.
Holy. Hold your headphone, guys.
What?
I thought he was
So-
on deployment. What?
No, he's on training right now.
That doesn't matter. Sunday. The military doesn't take a break.
Are you sure?
Everyone remove headphones as Fiaura explodes.
Bones, are you sure you didn't mean 40? Like, I need to verify that one real quick. Because I think you meant 40, not that,
Actually, if he's in Cali, the military does get a break on Sundays for mass.
There's an amount of what the fuck building. But I'm waiting
So-
for him to say, yes, I meant it, or no, please refund that. And if he says nothing, then I have all sorts of confusing questions and problems, and the amount of conflicting emotions from character that I'm trying to play and Rena having to deal with that is too goddamn much to process at the freaking moment!
Especially while still high.
Yep, I'm gonna go grab a slice of pizza while she
Nope,
comes down.
I'm sober now. No, there's not enough drugs left in my system to, yeah, actually, I know I'm sober now. I'm starting to feel pain again. Ugh.
So everyone knows the way to get Fiaura sober is pimp slap her with $400.
He's not even online.
He
There
just
he is.
knows we're
Oh, there he is.
streaming.
He just said, "Did I stutter?" So apparently, Michael Bones has gone Marcellus Wallace and said, "Did I stutter?"
Yes, I'm making sure you didn't stutter. I'm making sure that you are in fact pulling a Jesus Christ and go love everyone. But what about did I fucking stutter, bitch?
Ooh.
So are you saying Bones sprayed his love all over you and Hitomi?
I have words that I can't process at the moment. And we may have an issue that I didn't realize was occurring. But YouTube has not. YouTube is bitching at me about receiving a proper amount of stuff, and
Be right back.
yeah, we'll keep going as long as it'll keep going. But YouTube and OBS says it's dropped about 1% of the frames.
Well,
Seriously,
I've not
Bones,
seen-
what in the shit? Are you just a bored fucking staff sergeant with nothing to spend your money on? Do you not go to strip clubs or some shit?
I mean, dude, you're a sergeant. You get to mix the best of both worlds between officer and grunt. Oh,
No, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet.
I mean, especially as a staff sergeant.
At this point, as much as I want to scream and go absolutely apeshit, I'm gonna move this glass first. Second thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's vodka. Okay, that's better. Ugh. Hi, Bones. Words.
Why do I expect that as soon as you drunk that, you go like, "Hey, Bones, you got a purty mouth."
Yeah, I kind of thought Bones wasn't an NCO. He's not.
I want to firmly say thank you. You guys resume doing what you were doing for a moment. I'm going to try to process brain, because I can't.
God damn it, Hitomi.
Oh, right, he's... Right.
Oh, specialist, okay.
All right. As you're talking, there's a knock on the door. Opens up a few seconds later, and there's a doctor. And he looks at you all and sees that the room got quite busy since the last rounds were made. Steps inside and goes, I take it you're all friends and family of the patient.
We're all family.
He looks around at all of you, and especially Cooper, being the odd one out, is the token human.
At least he's not the token male anymore.
Akahima looks over at Doctor with child almost as big as she is in her lap. They're all family. Even the green-colored reject.
He's just a black sheep.
I kind of look over and whisper at the doctor. I go, hey, you know how it is. Every family has one.
Human or black sheep?
Anyways, I know it's a bit early, but I wanted to talk to you about treatment options for the patient, if you're up to it.
Well, she's a hunter. How else is she going to get out there and give the Grim a proper fight?
Yeah, I don't want you to tell me that she has to carry an oxygen tank and use a sniper rifle at the same time.
Hey, at least I'm not using red dust anymore.
No, hopefully you've learned your lesson on that.
No, I'm using green dust anyway, but could you imagine red dust next to an oxygen tank?
He sighs a little and he goes, her injuries are quite severe. The conventional safe treatment that we recommend, she's not going to be a hunter again.
So you said conventional, which means you have another idea.
Well, there are other plans. There's currently some work being done in cybernetics and dust integration.
Welcome to the army.
It's all still very experimental. It is not past the safety regulations yet. I cannot in good conscience recommend it for a case where traditional means would suffice.
Welcome to the Army Fiaura person. I missed your name, I'm sorry.
Harley, do you want to be a cyber kitty?
What?
So you got two options. Lots
Tonga.
of bed
Tonga. Doc, how long do we have to make a decision?
Well, he says there's actually another option as well. There's been some progress being made with dust-stimulated organ growth using cells harvested from the patients. It's had a very low success rate, but she might make a full recovery with that means as well. But she might also die on the table.
No.
He looks at you and he goes, the sooner you make a decision, the better it'll be. The less her body will try to heal the wounds, and the less that we're going to have to correct in the course of surgery. Akahima, what do you think?
Oh God!
Why is Cave? Wait, Cave Johnson is here.
Akahima looks, thinks about it.
Past the open door, you see an old familiar face, and he looks in and he hears what the doctor says, and he goes, "This man's a putz. Let me work on her. I'll give her a proper cybernetic upgrade. Hell, she'll have a freaking laser cannon in her chest."
Akahima puts Mags down, puts her hand into Nikita's hand, holds up a finger at Harley, walks past the doctor who had any sense of bedside manner, walks up to the other doctor, grabs him by the collar, and slams his face into the door, literally and figuratively.
Well, is he a doctor or is he an engineer?
Doesn't
That's
matter.
Cave Johnson.
Because if
Doesn't
I
matter.
remember,
That is the declared action.
All right, so you slam his face in the door and you hear him just go, "Ow! What the hell's wrong with you? You thought we were friends."
Hi, Mr. Johnson.
please, what is the doctor's reaction to this?
He
Akahima,
turns and he
down.
looks at what's happened and he sees who it is and he goes, You get out of here. We have no place for your unethical, insane, horrible experiments here in my hospital."
Akahima, down. I'll talk to him.
Tonga.
I'm not sure that's but
Tonga, just shoot him, please.
Let's
there's
not
a-
shoot up
yeah.
a hospital. Let's no.
hey, look, at least he's in the right place to die.
Aki, go over there, cuddle with Akahima. I'm going to go over there and talk to the nice man whose nose you just broke.
Tonga, how do I
And
cuddle
we're
with
gonna-
myself? Please explain.
Akahima, shut up.
Most
Aki,
indignant anime girl look ever.
Tonga's going to pick up Akahima, put her on Harley's bed, and then move out to talk with the nice man.
I lean down and whisper to Mags. I go, "Now, remember, you have to be an adult before you can negotiate like that with people."
Mr. Johnson, I think it's best if we step out into the hall. And no, I'm not going to shoot you.
And he's rubbing his nose and he goes, "Oh my God, what the hell's the problem? You saved my life. I tried doing something nice for you all. You think people don't appreciate a laser cannon in the chest anymore?"
No. We appreciate the laser cannon in the chest. It's Akihima's had a rough day. Harley died and then brought her back to life. Semblance nonsense. So, can you offer more favorable odds than she's going to die on the operating table or she's going to live her life as a cripple? And no salesman bullshit. Just give it to me straight.
Hey, I am,
That can't be right.
or was at least, the chief scientist at Najima Dynamics. I know what I'm
Okay,
doing.
Bones. I wish you'd
I've
stayed.
worked wonders with cybernetics and robotics. I could rebuild her from the ground up into a 40-foot tall mecha death Christ if I wanted to.
He's not helping himself.
So, on that note, everyone tabletop. I just posted a video for that.
Motherfucking science, yeah. Oh God, why? What's
Turn her
wrong
into
with
an
you?
Austin Power fembot, really?
Yeah.
Except with cat ears.
Yeah.
That would just be the anime version.
Hey, her Jubbly's got cannons. She doesn't need her rifle anymore.
Yeah, I'm
She
thinking we
might
take
actually
this.
hit something.
And he continues, he just says, "Hey, I think we take this opportunity to just go the full distance, give her the complete overhaul. I can give her the laser eyes. I can give her the rocket feet. I can give her the laser chest cannon. I can give her the electric claw fingernails."
Can you just make sure she doesn't live in pain?
So, you've said you can do these things. Do you have any examples? I'm not asking for a portfolio. I'm asking for actual people you've done this sort of thing to verify that they don't have a kill switch in the back of their head that's going to make them go pop.
He goes, "Not in my pocket. I mean, what, you expect me to just pull them out of thin air?"
No, but with someone like you, I would have expected like teleporter arrays, wormhole devices, a lemon you throw down on the ground and then bamf people. Well, either that
That's
or
just crazy
incendiary
talk.
bombs.
Actually,
But
it's not like you can open portals between two locations and make people jump through them.
Yeah, you need moonwalks for that.
Actually, you can.
Actually, you There's only one known person capable of doing that, which is Raven. who isn't
And
born
she's
yet.
not known yet.
Fourth wall. Try to keep it alive.
We
We're one person dying. We don't need two people dying.
regularly break the fourth wall.
Also, Cakes, I'd like to point out that your video is incorrect because the fembots actually hit their targets.
Yeah, like I said. Harley
Oh!
would start hitting her target.
Except then he goes, although, it'd be a really interesting idea. Can I make a science gun?
Make a what gun?
A science gun.
Point at it,
Wait,
declare
what?
science, things happen.
So,
we need a heart.
Yeah.
Okay,
Can a functioning heart?
Yeah, we don't need a laser in the chest. We don't need lasers in the eyes. We need a heart.
And a pair of lungs.
Well, I mean, as long as you're making an upgrade, you might as well, upgrade. I mean, why would you just settle for just a functioning heart and just functioning lungs? I mean, that's not how science is accomplished.
This guy wants to build Tony fucking Stark.
Because that's all we need at the moment, Mr. Johnson.
You know, I've got a suit of power armor that would love to say hello to you. And a mech that I looted. But
Hey, that'll be fair. You can have all the fun with the mech and the power armor. Just give us a functioning heart and lungs.
He looks almost wounded at that, and he goes, really? I mean, not even...
Do you not want to play around with... Do you not want to play around with the Atlas mech and the functioning power armor?
And he just kind of scoffs and he goes, I was going to do that anyway.
No. I mean, I've got an actual mech and an actual suit of power armor.
They're yours
It's
to play
missing the
with.
crotch, but yeah, had to kill the pilot somehow. Yeah, we're considered your help for healing Harley, but we got to make so it's her decision. Can't just force things on her. But I do like the idea of giving her like little flashlight jubblies that shoot lasers everywhere. Gotta get it so she doesn't chase them.
Did we seriously allow Tonga, of all people, to negotiate this shit?
You told him to!
You told him to!
I did not! I am not the one! Tonga is the one who removed me from the situation! Akahima was removed by Tonga! I did not tell him to take care of it! I told him to shoot him!
That's how Tonga takes care of most things. You basically told him to take care of it.
And he's solving it in a non-violent manner. You want him to solve it in a violent manner.
No, it's my fault. I told him not to use guns in the hospital.
See? Akahima gets blamed for shit that Akahima didn't even do!
So, basically, because Tonga can't use capacity to solve the situation, it's going south.
Just because Tonga doesn't know how to fisticuff.
Oh no, he does. He just doesn't want to. We'll have your answer within the day.
In the meantime, I'm kind of half aware of what exactly is being said, and I look across Akahima and kind of say, "You are. If I can't sign any paperwork, you sign it." At the moment, I'm trusting Akahima more than anybody else, except possibly Nikita.
Looks over at Nikita, looks at Mags, looks at Cooper, looks at Harley. Akahima's eyes are the size of saucers. Then finally she looks at the doctor and goes, "Okay, what is the safest way for her to walk out of here alive?"
Well, you already know that. She doesn't go back to the battle arena. She doesn't go back to fighting. She abandons being a hunter.
The doctor laid out options. Akahima half paid attention. Akahima needs it spelled out for her.
The doctor looks at her and goes, well, we keep her hooked up to these machines. She can enjoy a relatively rich life for years. Going to definitely keep her out of strenuous physical activity, such as her career as a hunter, of course, but she should live to a ripe old age.
And the cybernetics.
You kind of hear Harley grunt at that idea.
And meanwhile, your science friend is walking away grumbling about doing people favors and them being ungrateful, and
I am too grateful.
Laser cannons.
Is he going to turn into the next series bad guy when he gets all pissy and vengeful at us for not taking on his suggestions?
Well, if you remember at the Christmas party that you met him at, he was cursing the fact that the company wouldn't let him indulge in like creating all the things he wanted to, like, giant radioactive dust powered dogs with, shovels for claws as agricultural animals.
Well, I mean, we'll accept him. We just want a normal. He can do whatever he wants for us. Just make a normal heart and lungs. Cave, you owe me this shit for saving your ass.
This is why I want Akahima or maybe Nikita to sign off on anything.
Akahima looks over and goes, Doc, what if she just gets a new heart?
Heart transplant?
Directly asked, what if she just gets a new heart?
Well, she's on the list, but we don't have any available right now.
Damn, I had one this morning. I should have saved that guy. Damn it, I let my anger get in the way.
Akahima walks over to the doctor, looks at him. Okay, come with me.
Wait, what?
Okay. He follows along.
This room's empty, right?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask, because I'm stupid. Can she take mine and you do the crazy stupid shit to me that you don't know if it'll work or not?
He looks at you and goes, ethically, I can't agree to that. It'd be putting you at undue risk for what is not necessarily a guaranteed shot. You are a different faunus type, and that usually complicates transplants.
Answer the goddamn question.
He sighs and says, theoretically, it's possible, but the increased chance of rejection means that you're likely to both suffer.
So, what is the quickest way to fix this where she walks out of here in one piece? Akahima, at this point, is finally crying and has her fists clenched and has probably also literally clenched hard enough to bend the railing on the bed that's in this room.
Like I said, safest option is the one I did, but I see that you and your friends are very set against it. I would have to recommend an attempt at a cybernetic replacement. It's not guaranteed, but it offers the best combination of odds of survival as well as a return to potentially full mobility.
Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this. But I hope Tonga and asshole McAssholerson over there have a better option. How long do we have to get back to you?
And you hear from the hallway, he calls out, giant mech cyborg suit.
Yes, I have one. I want your help with it. God damn,
He turns
how
back
hard is it ask
from
for
Akihime
help?
towards Tonga and goes, well, you want it? We can, combine efforts here.
That's literally what I've been trying to ask you for like half this entire conversation.
Yeah, the doctor shakes his head and goes, look, I know that he can be charismatic and eccentric at times, but he's a dangerous man, and I'd recommend that you do not follow his advice.
Why does his advice seem like the advice I should follow at the moment, then?
Look, you're angry. This is all new to you. You're desperately clinging to straws. You want something that is very low probability, and you're listening to someone who's promising you the moon, and he won't be able to deliver. And if he can, it will likely be in some horrific way.
I mean, you do realize I could do something to my own heart to make it viable. At least theoretically. I have no idea if that would work.
He shakes his head. It's like, look, I uphold my oaths. I can't put people at risk for something as theoretical and long shot as that.
As what? Me transforming my heart to match exactly what hers was before it got hit with a bullet?
Yes, that. Not to mention then you having to be put in the exact same situation she is currently in, with even less odds.
I love Josh's thing. It's like, just kill nameless mooks until you find a heart that fits.
Well, that's what I was complaining about. I did actually kill the mob leader. I should have just taken his heart.
Well, you need to find like a cat faunus to kill with the right blood type.
Even worse than that, it's not just a cat faunus, it's a panther faunus.
Yeah, that raises a lot of issues.
Okay. Akihima looks at the doctor. Would it be ethically unsound for you not to act if I did it anyway?
God damn it.
I rolled for it. And Praise 20 said, nah, fuck it, you're doing something stupid.
He looks at you and he goes, I can't recommend that. I can't encourage that. In fact, you might just be a danger to yourself and others, and I would have to recommend a visit to the psychiatric ward.
You're probably right. I should probably go talk to a therapist.
Good.
Cooper, get off my bed.
So I was moving the character out. I moved him twice too much, sorry.
This is the wrong time to be jumping Harley.
Ooh,
You can find yourself downstairs at reception. I'm sure that you'll find our staff quite accommodating.
So answer me. So you're not going to answer my question, are you?
Says, I gave you the answer that I could. I cannot do anything else about it.
Hey, tell me I love you.
Slanderous lies.
You know, I only set the diff at at 15, but Praise 20 is saying fuck no.
Does the doctor just stab her with more tranquilizer? Like, no, stop it.
Did he go, oh, it's you, Trank?
Are you trying to attack the doctor or something?
No.
Just trying to do what she was saying and cutting out heart.
No, she was trying to start to change her heart.
It's homie.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
For what?
To use semblance.
In what way?
To change her heart to exactly
Harley's without ever
Right on.
having seen Harley's, without having any medical information about Harley's heart.
That.
I'm gonna say like basically 35 because you're asking for a dang miracle for a semblance that's only really dust based.
and you don't have any roller cools to work with, so
I mean,
literally impossible.
Literally impossible.
Impossible. You got the exploding D10s.
I hate having a Discipline 0 character sometimes.
Oh yeah, looks at you as you stand there doing something. Says,
Trying to piece it all together in her head and not doing it successfully.
look, it's been a very long day for you. I suggest you take some rest, sleep on it, talk with your friends about which step you want to take. Still have plenty of time to make an informed decision.
How long?
Well, ideally, it should be within 3 days.
And cut back to everyone else in the room.
All right, Cooper's been jumping up and down on Harley's bed.
No, just kind of pacing. I hit the wrong button.
So what'd you find out?
We have about 3 days to make a decision. And no, he is unwilling to do horrible, horrible things to me in order to save her.
As well he should. Not want to.
Yeah.
That's not the solution.
Akahima, I swear, if you offered up your own heart, when I get out of this bed, I'm gonna knock you senseless.
Aki, it's not a
You do realize that you have responsibilities, Akahima.
nods over to Mags.
Points at Mags and Harley. Yes, and they're both sitting right here.
Yes. But there are still options. You do realize that trying to do what you're talking about puts you both at risk?
I would leave Mags alone if you failed.
Enough, please. What did he say my options are?
There's the long normal kind of healing process, the cybernetic heart, or whatever the hell Cave Johnson wants. Yes, transplant.
We would need a donor, which would mean they would need to be dead.
And
we did actually mention that they were basically working on growing organs from stem cells, and that was a real outside chance, but he did put it as
There's the cybernetic, which is possible. Atlas is the top of the field in that.
Is it possible you could help them with the growing of a new heart, Akahima?
No, I can't. I can modify my own body. I can't modify anything outside of it. So they would have to put a second heart in me for me to play with. And then hope I get it right. Which I have no idea how to get it right. And that's the only thing that stopped me from trying to modify the one that was already in my chest.
Akahima, I am going to knock you senseless when I get out of this bed for even thinking that.
I will enjoy when you can knock me senseless.
Harley, if you like, I'll do it for you today.
No, that kind of...
Wait till Max is out of the room and then consider it.
Anyway, what did they say what my chances are with cybernetics?
I think it was your best. They said the best chance for you if you want to be a hunter again.
Okay. But
John suggests you don't knock her senseless, you knock sense into her.
I've got a quarter and 2 pennies if you want them.
Look.
Put it like this, if there's no sense in there, I can't exactly knock any out.
Look, the odds are, if we do nothing, you're going to be hooked up to a machine for the rest of your days. And that is the safest option that he gave me. Second option is we find a donor who is either going to die or is dead but has a good heart. And the donor would have to be a cat faunus with your blood type, preferably a relative. The last option is that we listen to Crazy Man out there.
Well,
no, there's also just cybernetics. Crazy Man was a separate thing.
So, 2 cybernetics options.
Crazy Man's and then normal.
Just straight heart and lungs.
I don't trust Crazy Man as far as I can throw him. Though.
Okay, out of character, you'd got the doctor proposing regular cybernetics, and then you got Crazy Man out there who also wants to, while we're in there, stick a laser in my chest.
Essentially, regular cybernetics and then experimental
Well,
cybernetics.
no. His exact last words, last I checked, were, "Let's stick a particle projection cannon in her chest." I mean, seriously.
Yeah, that's Cabe. The doctor is
the man who
proposing the actual doctor, not the mad scientist. The actual doctor is proposing a regular cybernetic heart and lungs, but there's only a certain chance that Harley will return to full working condition with that. She may end up being walking, but have restricted capacity to do things out of the fact that she's not able to breathe and pump blood around her body properly. So there's just normal cybernetic heart and lungs. Is that right?
Congress would have asked the guy if he can actually just produce cybernetic hearts and lungs. He understands that the stuff he's dealing with is highly experimental and therefore technically more fun. But
as I understand it,
Hi,
the
hi,
doctor
hi.
was
This bag of
proposing
hugs of $5.
regular cybernetics, but that was risky. And then there's Mad Hatter out there who's
We're good. Why the
sun,
fuck?
moon, Earth.
I'm trying to
and
stay. You're
I think
making this
about 3
hard.
solar systems over.
Everybody give Michael more hugs and somebody go cuddle him, please.
Why is Bones donating again?
I don't know. I'm just trying not to flip the fuck out and stay in character as hard as possible, but he's making it really difficult. In the meantime, Akihima looks over at Harley and goes, "You're probably going to have to deal with the fact you're going to be a housewife the rest of your life, whether you like it or not."
You're going to be an indoor cat.
Or, well, house cat is a good term.
Find out what my chances are with normal cybernetics.
I did. You're never going to be a huntress ever again.
I thought that
No,
was
that's not what that's not
I
what he
thought
said.
that was the hooked up to a machine in the wall.
That's hooked up to a machine.
No. From what Akihima understood, Harley is never going to be a huntress regardless of what we do. That's what Akihima understood. Whether or not that is true or not is entirely different, but that is what Akihima comprehended.
Well, at the moment, Harley would prefer limited mobility to stuck in bed, so she's asking you to find out what her chances are with regular cybernetics.
Also, I think the doctor's not going to let me leave till I see a shrink.
Oh, what did you do?
I tried to threaten him to modify my heart to match what yours was before it had a bullet hole in it.
Okay.
And told him and asked if it would be ethically sound if he let me sit there on the ground and die with a heart that couldn't fit in my chest anymore.
Nearest hand to you kind of shuffles over as far as Harley can make it. And kind of
Akihima bends over, leans down right where she's in range of the hand and goes, "You can slap me."
No. Hand.
Is crazy doctor guy, or sorry, is sane doctor guy and crazy scientist guy both out here in the hall?
Cave Johnson's out in the hall, but the doctor is making his rounds.
I love how you guys aren't actually taking Tonga seriously on this, and he's actually taking this seriously.
It's Cave Johnson. It's hard to take him serious.
Tonga is providing something he does very well, i.e., he's providing a very good distraction.
I look at crazy scientist guy. Okay, listen. What are your options that you have?
People don't make any sense.
And he thinks about this and he goes, well, the rocket boots have been successful. I can
Too many conflicting emotions!
cannon or maybe missile launchers.
No, let him go. Let him go.
The laser eyes are always a popular upgrade, but they kind of get a little...
Okay, what do you have in a good heart and lungs that we can put in her and get her up on her feet fighting again?
Well, if you could throw in a gills upgrade, I'd love to take her swimming.
Tonga, please.
What?
Adults are speaking here.
He looks over at Tonga and says, well, he was offering to let me work on some battle armor of some sort, and I could probably fashion that into some sort of life support unit that could sustain her while also, protecting her and giving her the necessary...
We don't need her walking around in a veritable coffin machine. We need her with a heart and lungs so she can at least live a normal life even if she can't hunt with us.
If we're going with Cave's idea, just make sure that there's enough room in the cockpit thing.
We are not putting you in a dreadnought.
We're not making you into a dreadnought.
Stop it. You do not.
I'm just saying, if you do go that option, I need room in there for Akihima and/or Megs to get in there and talk to me.
You're not going to be a dreadnought. You don't get to go around saying, "Even in death, I still serve." No, bad, Hetty.
Time to let Granny Harley out to smite the heretics again. Right. You two keep him here for a bit. I'm gonna go have a word with Harley.
He looks over to Nikita and says, "Well, why would we do normal when we can do better than normal? I mean, I could have an inbuilt missile launcher into her.
We don't need missile launchers. We need function.
Well, no one's arguing about that. Of course, the tech always has to come.
I'm expecting this guy to burst into the room and go, "Good news, everyone!"
Oh God, no! Hey, everybody!
Kid, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
If you could be a hunter after all of this, would you still want to take the risk? Or do you want a normal life now? Because you got cybernetics that they can offer you here, let you live a bit of a normal life. You could be a hunter, but you'd be kind of a crap one. They don't really recommend it.
Not like I've been,
Aki? No.
not like I've been doing a crash hot job of it lately.
We're students. That's expected of us. The other thing is we could get you some experimental upgrades and then you could be a hunter again. But, well, you know, experimental. You gotta learn to see through the shiny flash of some people to see what they're actually offering.
Tonga. Mags needs Harley. I need Harley. You need Harley. I think the best choice is to give her what it takes to get out of this bed. But if you ask me, the sniper rifle gets hung up on a trophy rack.
Meanwhile, Cave Johnston's listing off the possibility and says, I also did this wonderful experiments with some dust, and we could combine some Triceratops DNA and regrow her a new set of lungs and also a nice set of horns and a nice, really tough armored hide. It should really turn her into just a living battle tank.
Cave. Stop. Why we appreciate this. This is a point where life has given us lemons, and we don't need to burn down life's house this time. We just gotta make sure we squirt life in the fucking eyes with those lemon juice. We just need the simple, smallest thing of fixing this. You don't have to burn the house down with the lemons. You just gotta squeeze the lemon juice in its eyes. Okay? We just need a set of heart and lungs. Can you do that, Cave?
He just stares at you, mystified, like, why wouldn't you want to do science and progress things? I mean,
because we need our friend operational.
That's what I'm offering. You know, that schmuck over there, he's just saying, oh, she's going to live another 30 years. I'm going to put her back in the game.
Harley, why did you become a hunter?
Because I wanted to protect people.
Do you still want to protect people?
I do, but
No, there's no buts.
I mean, I screwed up hard.
No,
Harley, you're broken. You ain't dead.
Harley, you didn't. I made the decision to move to shield Tonga and not shield the rest of you.
Okay,
It's my job, okay?
I screwed up way before then.
It's my job. I'm the one who can take the hit. So don't argue with me on
I'm-
this.
And I made things worse from the outset.
At least you realize it and admit to
Hell.
it so you can not do it in the future.
Hell, I out Coopered Cooper.
She's got a point. We don't need two Coopers, but still.
I made things worse as soon as we walked in.
And you didn't know better than to stay down when it was time to stay down.
Kind of
But
proving
what
a
if
point.
that was? What if
No.
that was somebody else?
No.
Akima? What if that was? What if that was you that got chewed out badly because I did that?
It wasn't.
Well,
and no one was in danger of that. You went above and beyond when you didn't have to. And now all of us are paying for it, including you.
Wouldn't have had to have if I didn't make things worse in the beginning. Yes, I still want to help people. But I don't want it to be at people's expense.
Harley, we're a team. We all fuck up sometimes.
I have someone you can help right now.
I look at Akihima slightly confused.
Points at Mags.
I look over to Megs, smile at her, and best I can, I'd sort of pat on an empty piece of bed for her to jump onto. Not jump, but you know what I mean, to sort of sit on. And just, I presume she joins me there. Or is she kind of afraid to get too close to me? You tell me?
Yep.
Say, does Mags join me on the bed, or is she still kind of afraid of hurting me or of the fact that I'm a bit of a mess?
Yeah, she'll climb on. And although she's very ginger and kind of like sitting on the edge, not actually touching you.
Fair enough. And I'll move as best I can to take a hand. So.
She reaches out slowly and gingerly, and she eventually grips it.
One second. I manage a squeeze that can almost be felt as being a forceful squeeze. You know, it's got a bit more sort of grab to it than I've managed so far. Hey Max, what have you been doing today?
She sniffs a little and kind of wipes away some of the grime on her face from where she's been crying earlier. And well, Mika and Faye were watching me, and we were making stuff, and we were having fun until Tonga came over, and I heard that you died.
What did you make?
Akihima looks at Tonga and grunts through her teeth. You told her she died?
No, I told her she got shot.
We are going to have words about you and how you express things to others. Particularly when others are 10-year-olds.
I thought she was like 13 or something. I didn't know she was 10.
10. So yeah, like
So I think
said,
this is a good chance to just kind of like fade to black and people sleeping out the night, just resting on the decision, coming to terms.
Harley would like to see that doctor again before the morning and everybody comes piling back in.
People going home, or are they staying at the hospital, or what?
I don't think Akahima is going to be leaving, so I won't leave her. Which is bad, which means there's no one to watch Cooper or Tonga.
Or take Mags home.
So
Akahima will.
It seems you guys always forget that there's another chin that you can ask for help.
Linzabi, you're awful. Akahima will reposition Mags and Harley as best she can, so Mags can lay against Harley, and look at Mags and go, "We're gonna stay here tonight, okay?" Hello.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, what were you saying?
Akahima repositions Mags and Harley the most delicately that she can, so Mags can lay down on the bed with Harley. And then explains to Mags that we're all staying here tonight.
just imagine everyone sleeping on the floor.
All right.
Oh, by the way, Holtz, I think this is more like what Harley would look like by the time Mr. Johnson's finished.
I was having trouble finding a dreadnought that was looking right. I saw that one, but it just didn't look Harlequin enough.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone who's there sleeping, which is all of you, go ahead and throw me a detection check.
Does that include me?
That includes you.
Is that perception, discipline, or will?
Oh.
Discipline.
Praise 20! I can roll 15!
Oh, that was so close with Cooper. It's like,
Holy shit.
wow, Cooper and Tonga was like, they're like, we hear everything.
We hear everything. We see everything.
Because you're sleeping in a room with a bunch of girls, you can't. Your perception is very high.
I mean, he's a bit too distracted to sleep.
I mean, it makes sense. Both the guys are old 19. It kind of.
All right, it's about 2:45 in the night, a little past that. Things are quiet in the hospital. You're hearing the steady beep of the machines keeping Harley stable and alive, and people are snoring, and it's about what you expect when suddenly you hear from the next door room a muffled crashing noise, something that sounds like a little strangled yelp, and then nothing.
The Tonga's gonna burst through their door.
We'd have to get up and head through.
Gets out both weapons, shifts them into sword mode, and then
Oh,
moves up to the
shit.
door.
Whoops. I need to re-roll mine. I'd still got Meg's sheet open when I rolled it.
That explains so many things.
Look.
All right.
I got Meg selected as who I'm rolling. Oh my.
Wonderful show. All right,
So that Meg's
Tonga,
roll is mine, and the Harley roll is Meg's.
as you open
Yeah.
the door, you see a room that looks a lot like Harley's. There's a lot of machines set up around the bed, machines that were probably plugged into someone because they're currently dripping fluid onto an empty bed sheet. Bed looks like it's been disheveled, like someone was kicked out of it or torn out of it. But the room is otherwise empty. And as you
Cooper?
open the door and you look inside, suddenly the machines start letting out a loud, blaring, long beep as their subject is no longer there.
I mean, the heartbeat detector no longer detects a heartbeat.
Yep.
Cooper, you have the Commandant on speed dial, right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
You may
like
want to
how,
let him
A,
know.
this is automatically assumed to be something the Commandant would be interested in. B, assumption that Cooper has him actually on speed dial.
Who wants to bet that?
Beeping's going on, you hear Nurse Tarkin say, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, and trying to push past Tonga. Only to enter the room and then just stop dead in her tracks.
I have to pee, guys. Be right back.
Does Tonga do the gentlemanly thing of at least turning the bloody light on?
Yeah.
And she's just like sitting there and she looks like she's about to drag out the crash cart in the room and just stops because nothing is there.
Tonga's going to step over the bed and see if anything's on the other end.
Throw me that detection check.
Damn it.
Oh, Bipolar 20, we love you.
Did Nikita and Akahima wake up, or if not, Cooper will go kind of shake him awake.
All right, as you're looking around, you're not noticing anything in particular. It looks mostly like what you expect. There's a pillow that's been tossed off the bed and it's on the floor. And, you know, if you pick it up or anything, or...
Tonga's going to move off the bed and then pick up the bed.
All right, throw me that detection test one more time.
Oh, fuck you, roll 20.
Well, it's consistent.
Are you sure you found the bed?
You lift up the bed over your head, and the nurse just like stares at you and starts putting away the paddles and goes like, "What the heck are you doing?"
There was a loud crash, bang, and muffled scream. Why else do you think I have a sword out?
Is the window broken?
I was going to say, Captain Obvious, is the window broken?
No, it is not.
Gonna put the pillow down, or put the bed down, pick up the pillow, put it on the bed.
She looks at you and goes like, "What sort of maniacs run around a hospital ward with a sword?"
It's also a gun, but
not
any
better.
Did nobody brief her on the fact that they've got a hunter in training on one of the rooms?
You've got
Cooper's
a
gonna look
hunter
at
in the next room.
What did I
We're
just miss?
guarding the other hunter.
There was a noise in the other room.
I got that, and you guys went in, and there was nobody there.
Tonga lifted up the entirety of the bed, and then she's like, "What the hell are you doing? And why do you have the sword?" And then Tonga's like, "It's also a gun." She's like, "That's not any better." And since they've looked in all the other places, Cooper's gonna look at the obvious up at the ceiling.
All right, throw that detection test.
Did anybody bother to wake up Akahima?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cooper dashed back and woke Nikita and Akahima up.
Oh yeah, he rolled better than Tonga.
You notice that where the normal exhaust fan and ventilation should be for the room, nothing there. Just a big hole in the ceiling now.
Does Cooper point this out to anyone?
Yes.
Tonga's going to grab Cooper and then push him up to the vent.
Did Cooper just become Candyman?
Candy Golem.
Candy Golem 2.0.
You see anything?
Do I see anything in the vent that I've just been forced into?
Does
Throw me
Cooper's
that
head stop before it hits the top of the vent?
Throw me that detection test.
We are never going to give up Candy Golem until I have an excuse to turn myself into candy, are we?
Well, you are rather sweet.
You hear a faint noise running around in the vents, little bumps and clangs. It might be bad fan. It might be rats running around up there.
Why do I have a feeling that Mr. Cthulhu Monster is not dead?
Why do I have a feeling we've got Grim in the hospital?
Well,
As I said, Mr. Cthulhu Monster is not dead.
I was going to say, weren't they one and the same thing?
Yeah.
Also, typically, if there's one of a Grim, there's usually more.
Yeah.
As soon as Tonga lets him down, he's going to turn to the nurse and say, you might want to start evacuating as many people as possible. I think there's something in here. Possibly a Grim. Most likely a Grim.
Cooper, call the Commandant. Let him know that there's a Grim inside the hospital.
I walk back over to Harley's room, open up the door, I signal Akahima, and I point up at the vent, said, watch the vent.
Looks up at the vent.
Gonna look at this vent. Is it open?
No, it's not.
As Tonga runs in with swords into some poor scared patient.
Accurate.
Cooper is going to call the Commandant and inform him of the...
Question. Does the hospital have its own security team?
I would hope.
It's a hospital in the middle of a town or city.
I think they just got ordered.
They got some overpaid guy with a revolver, probably.
I mean, they got a couple of orderlies to handle patients, but it's like in terms of security, it's like they're right downtown, just next to the police station.
even the local hospitals around here have usually got a couple of security guys to drag off the drunks when they start causing too much trouble.
Like I said, some overweight guy with a pension and a revolver.
Oh, he doesn't have a revolver. He probably has a taser.
Oh yeah, revolver's too dangerous for a hospital.
Cooper's going to call the Commandant and inform him that the weird tentacle monster thing we encountered at the facility might not be dead, and it might be here.
Well, since it's 2:50 in the morning, there's no answer.
God,
he's fucking the...
Yes, the provost.
Provost.
God damn it, this is not the time for a booty call.
And this time he remembered to turn off his scroll.
He will call the High Provost because she's likely right next to him.
The High Provost, having a discipline of something like 12, probably also cut off her scroll.
I mean, she's never cut it off before. God damn it.
We rank her during previous booty call.
Well, fuck.
It's exactly what they're doing, Cooper. I mean, we're completely aware of this right now.
Tonga, not that.
Mama Bear, I know you said no shooting in the hospital, but I'm not good at melee.
Yeah, well, don't shoot anything yet.
The nurse notices Cooper cursing and everything, and she holds out a little paper cup and she says, "Here for you."
Have sedative.
I don't need this at the moment. I think again, there might be something like a Grim inside the hospital. You need to start making sure people who can be moved are moved, and those who can't have people watching over them.
Nikita comes back into the room. Usually there's a board up there that says who's in the room, like a chalkboard or a felt talk thing board where they write who's in the room.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be in this room?
You got a John Doe, an unknown person, picked up during one of the terrorist attacks in the city recently.
Oh dear God.
Oh no. It's quite possible that it's not the tentacle creature. It may be him.
That's fantastic.
If something jumps at my face and looks like a spider, I'm shooting it. Just saying.
Akihima is going to quietly move the bed so it's not directly under the vent.
Instantly move Mags away from vent 2.
Oh yeah, she's sleeping. No, she is sleeping on Harley's bed.
Just kind of ease it to the side as gently as possible. Move the rest of the machinery as needed to make sure nothing falls over or comes out. And just make sure that it's not directly under the vent. And then look for something to cover the vent up with.
Is the nurse going to at all react to the possibility of either some crazy person or Grim actually being in the hospital?
Well, she's going to tell you that you need to calm down. As it's well known, Grim are attracted to fear and panic, and your panic is not going to help this situation.
Which, by the way, as a hunter, you should know.
And she says, we'll make arrangements for security. You know, the military police are close by. We can have
I was
them
going to say Nikita breaks out her scroll and calls the police.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
There probably won't be, but they at least can crowd control.
Yeah. Plus, if one of them screams, we'll know where the monster is.
Oh no, not Og. I liked him. He owed me money.
Wilhelm!
Did we really just declare Wilhelm as being wow?
I mean, every family has a Wilhelm. It's one of the largest families. That's why they're in all the movies.
So she looks at Cooper in case he's like still upset and kind of like shakes the cup at him and says,
No. It's just.
Cooper, let's go on patrol. Nikita, you want to guard that room and just in case?
Might not want to be going anywhere at the moment. We want to stay together.
But what about the civilians?
You remember what happened last time we split up?
That's why I'm taking Cooper.
And that's my point. We call the local, I guess I don't know if it's a militia or whatever it is, whoever the police are.
There's the civilian police appointed by the nobles, and there's the military police.
Military police, then, I guess.
All right, you place a call.
Probably
be
better.
there in about 10 minutes.
Nurse, you may want to inform the other nursing staff and the doctors that there's an incident. We have a patient gone missing on the 3rd floor. Through the vents.
And she nods and she makes her way out. She's just kind of flying down the hall.
Wait, actually flying or just like...
No. People don't actually fly with guns except for you.
She has a point.
I do it sometimes, but not as much as you do.
Well, no, let's rephrase this. Nikita, you can fly with a gun. Tonga can soar.
I believe I can fly.
No, I can fly with a gun. Tonga hovers.
All right,
Now I'm
so
just imagining Tonga singing the entire thing. It's like, I believe I can fly.
Cooper, Tonga.
Are you heading off on
Yep.
the hunter?
No, Isaac, no, do not invoke Billy. I refuse to acknowledge Billy. Billy is not a thing. Billy is a figment of our imaginations. Moving on.
Tonga, Cooper. My suggestion is, and of course this is up to you, Cooper, because you are in charge, that you walk down this hallway,
No Billy.
open
Please,
all
no
these
Billy.
doors, and keep these doors open so that we can see if anything happens.
Yeah, that'd be best.
But stay in view.
That's kind of exactly what I suggested I do.
We're just gonna throw him down,
The kid just looks at you and thumps a foot on the ground and points down the hallway.
I'm going.
Is that accompanied with the slap sound of Dexter's mom?
I almost want to go the whole aliens thing and say, Cooper, collect magazines.
What?
Aliens, the second one where they went into the reactor and they took all the magazines away from all the Marines.
Can Cooper even carry all of Tonga's ammunition?
That's why I didn't say it.
Does everyone seem to be where they're meant to be? No other like out of place vents when they open up the doors?
No, nothing unusual.
Nope. Guarding Harley.
I'm positioning myself in the hallway here so I can see in the door and see Harley and Mags and Akahima and watch the two down the hall.
The only other room we haven't really opened is the restroom.
Oh no, I went in the restroom. No one was in there.
Two of you do not lose sight of each other. Period.
Tonga's just going to pick up Cooper and put him on his shoulders.
Not picking him up and putting.
Cooper hits his head on the wall every time he goes into a doorway. Hey, what's in here?
So what you're saying is, eventually Cooper might be bisected from blunt force trauma due to door frames?
All right, well...
I like this plan. Let's stick to it.
We're getting to the point where we should be wrapping up here, and we'll continue the hunt for whatever's going on next session.
Oh dear.
Hitomi!
Hitomi! Cliffhanger!
Well, he told me a time limit, so I had to pick a
What's the
point
next
out
thing
of-
that's going to happen? The lights go out?
Yes.
The lights go out just before.
Did I have to open my big mouth?
Apparently.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not the game master, so.
No, the lights don't go out because, there's the red emergency lighting.
Oh, you mean the red emergency lighting and the fact that the stuff keeping Harley alive is now on battery power.
They might have just killed the light circuit for the floor.
Hetty,
Yes.
hospital lighting is hooked directly into the main electrical grid along with everything else. You can't kill the lights without killing the grid, which would also kill everything.
Which is electrically stupid. You always put the lighting through a separate fuse to the rest of it.
No, it's put that way so if the lights go out, the nurses know that everything's on battery power and they need to begin to make rounds to patients to replace batteries until full power is restored. It's literally set up that way to alert the people who are taking care of you that you need additional care.
Actually, all major hospitals have full-blown generators down in the basement. They can run the hospital on its own.
True. So backup generators. I'm never gonna. You know what? Nope. I'm never gonna say Actually, I can't say I'm never gonna say because it'll come up next time and I'll say it and then it will be even more fucked. So I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Actually, I was going to say the lights probably do go out in your bedroom, and then Mag goes, "Oh, sorry, hit the wrong switch."
Kick the cord.
So I hope everyone had a wonderful, awesome time. I am at Moon's house, so I am on limited time to stream because I know that about 7-ish tonight they want to make a major use of their internet, and I don't need to be taking up half of it. I'd like to thank Mr. Bones for tips. You bastard.
Since you just
You have any idea how hard it
basically-
is to say somber, angry, and upsetting character when someone walks up to you out of character and slaps you with a wad?
$410.01.
I would also like to thank Song of the Void, Michael Hollowell Bones, our anonymous person, and Flopadoodle for being top tier patrons. These people are awesome. I'd like to thank Hitomi for running our game today. Again, I apologize for it to be props. You can call phrasing on me all day. We've just learned that I'm a walking, talking example of phrasing. And if you want to send Fiorisms to FioraTheTankGirl.com, FioraTheTankGirl at gmail.com, you can. And then I have to repeat them stone cold sober.
At the end of the month.
As soon as I get home, actually, this week and go check the mail. So again, I apologize for the short session. Daylight savings time did not work on my phone, so my alarm didn't go off till an hour later. My bad. And on top of that, I'm at Moon's house again, so I can't just stream as long as I absolutely want to. I have to be respectful of other people. You know, I have to be a decent human being. Who am I, and what kind of brain snatcher has replaced me?
Even after he gave you the most potent shit he could find.
It was not the most potent shit. Okay, yeah, it was literally the most potent stuff he could have given me, short of actually going downstairs and making real reefer. Which would have then been liquid. What?
Yeah.
At least I have a prescription for it, and it was my stuff, not something else. He just didn't actually bother to. He just grabbed the grinder and just, like, yeah, don't ever do that. It's a bad idea.
Or at least check what you're tipping in first.
Alright, so, lesson today, kids, don't do drugs!
Don't take drugs from guys with long, scraggly hair.
Especially now we've determined that isn't me anymore.
I was about to say, doesn't Tom resemble that remark? So
they're just saying, don't take drugs from Hetty either.
I understand today was an incredibly somber session, and I also understand that Hetty's character's fate is in our hands, and therefore Hetty might be getting replaced because Hetty can no longer do most of the stuff. Hetty's character is incapable.
Well, I imagine there'll be some roles involved in that, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I still vote we've turned him into a Fimbot.
Wow, props! I didn't know you were that jaded. Winners don't do drugs unless they're in the Olympics or the Tour de France or any major sporting league or any major league sports or anything really.
Damn.
So I've been meaning to ask, but I kept forgetting. Would it be okay to give Harley some catnip, or is she not allowed to have any at the moment?
Really?
Well, it's not going to stop my heart.
So this is the last thing for you guys that you need to know. This coming week, up until Friday, is the last times we'll be streaming on this streaming channel on YouTube. We will be back on the main channel Saturday the 24th. In addition to this is a reminder that the Fallout Equestria pickup game, the one that anybody can come in that's designed for you to play for an hour or the whole time, entirely up to you, is Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be continuing that pickup game so long as I'm not actually at a convention. So, If you want to play, all you have to do is submit a level 1 character, and you're in. The pre-release stuff is no longer available to the public, which means that I know that you've bought a copy of the game if you're able to make a character, so I don't have to check that anymore. In the meantime, I think that's it. And I have to answer a question in chat. So I turn this over to the rest of you to make final comments and add anything you want to add to this horrible, horrible situation.
Well, if you're going to make me into a dreadnought, make sure there's enough room for me to have snuggle time with Akahima or Mags.
We are not making you a bloody dreadnought.
This game was completely disappointing. Cooper did not get any detentions.
Do you want to know something? I think if he'd got through to the Commandant General, I think he'd have got an detention for disturbing booty call.
I'm fairly sure that the Commandant has a detention Cooper as a single button push.
No, so instead of his that's easy button, it's just Cooper did.
I was going to say, all he does is he texts the High Provost.
They're not wrong.
Cooper. That's all he has to do, and she scores up an extra detention on his sheet.
He wouldn't have to. He's right next to her.
No, I mean for the times when he's in his office or wherever, and she's in her office or wherever. And...
I mean,
they do have to work sometime.
Bronze Cooper hasn't really done anything that would get him expelled yet.
Cakes, you have any comments?
So
yeah,
I
had my comment.
I do have
my
one
comment
thing.
was.
Go ahead, Cakes. I'm sorry.
Oh. Yeah, my comment has already been made. It was I still vote we should turn Harley into a fembot.
So
still let her be a hunter.
I do have one thing that I realized this morning. I'm going to stand up on camera now, because I didn't realize this till this morning when I put clothes on after or this afternoon after I showered. Yay!
Cooper's graduated, but why is he still here in detention?
Yeah. Hey guys, that's my stomach with 25 pounds off.
Cool.
Like, these are brand new yoga pants, but they're not larges, they're mediums.
Congratulations, Fee.
Yeah, it's good going.
Job done.
Way done.
Isn't that great?
And
remember, you did not lose weight, because to lose something means you want it back. You cast it out.
That's true. Anyway, so I gotta get a couple other things done tonight, guys. You guys will have the science video will probably finally be released Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on when I get around to getting it, the last little pieces on it. And the group will likely discuss between games what we're gonna do to Harley without Harley's consent.
Hey, at least we found out she has a heart.
Well, I had a heart.
Ow. Oh, yeah, you're right. We found out she has a heart. She's not just here trying to get in Akahima's pants. I mean, what did I say?
No, she had a heart. She doesn't have one anymore.
You still have a heart.
So
it's just in two pieces.
No, it's not in two pieces. There's a little bit over there, and a little bit over there, and there's some over there. And I think some's in the shoe, that guy's shoe over there, but...
You know,
Hold on. I have something for this.
There's probably some mixed in the pasta sauce at this point.
No. I have something for this. So, I think you'll find it in your heart, which is currently all over that tree, to forgive me.
You do know that hearts are supposed to be red and not blue. Because yours blew over there and blew over there and blew over there.
Oh, God. Hello, everyone, by the way.
Hang on. I'm actually looking up Helsing to find this.
It's like the first episode. Right before he describes his very enthusiastic walk. Really, King Groans, those puns are punishing. Boo.
You can also go with Ahmed, where's your son? He's there, and up there.
Hold on. I found it.
Sorry about that whole shooting you thing, but I know if you look deep into your heart, which is currently all over that tree, you'll find a way to forgive me.
Nice.
We don't have it's not a new ship. I am not going to allow myself to be shipped with Team 4-Star without their consent. So if you can convince them, that's fine. Though I will perfectly admit that if you really want me to, I'll put on my police girl voice.
Do it.
Oh, no, you can't just say police girl. It's the police girl with the big titties.
Did you just make me into a vampire just so you could admire my big kazunkas?
Check tabletop.
In all seriousness, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with all... Oh, dear God, why? We actually have a straw poll for... it shouldn't say housewife, it should say house cat.
Destroy the poll, make it again. It's not correct.
Alright, I have one other horrible thought that I want to leave with everyone before we depart. So for those of you watching the Fallout Equestria stream and reading the written version, which the new if Props has got his stuff together like he said he would, the new chapter should be out tomorrow, if not Tuesday. Just remember that normally that particular group stays in the same room when we're at a town. I just want you all to think about that. And how hard Panoramble is literally just trying to get them to buck already. Oh, and Quick Stitch has Perception 10, so there's no way Quick Stitch is going to miss it.
Guys, have you seen how this poll is going already?
Yeah, everyone wants Cyborg, Dreadnought.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.